Greetings, critical viewers. We're back with more of the Stanley Parable.
Gone. What could it mean?
And this time we're going to be super obedient.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Because we've done a couple of deviations.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
And I think now it's time to go up the stairs to go meet the boss.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Here we go. All right. Ooh, looks nice up here. Look at this. Executive bathroom. Can't go in there, that's too bad. These chairs are actually pretty cheap considering how fine the surroundings are. Okay. Well, there's nobody up here either. This part of the office is very woody. Very brown. And what happened to that fern? Remember that fern in the last video? I just remembered it. It's nowhere to be seen.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
Wow.
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845. There we go. Wait, I think I did this in the mod.
Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But no, this is what he was going to do instead.
Oh, so close. I think I did this in the mod too. I can't remember if it actually results in a new ending or not. I don't think...
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
All right, let's just do it. I don't think he comes up with a more interesting response than that.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh my god. Alright, let's do it. Link plus. Wow, look at all this crap. What's down there? Infinite pit of doom? Jeez. Alright, let's go down, I guess. What? Where is this taking us? Oh, this is the elevator. Yeah, so far this is following the exact same paths from the mod. I wonder how much they added to it towards the end. I think the stuff that happened in the last video, I don't remember that being in the mod. I think that was a new ending. I don't remember it, at least.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Ooh, okay. Hi. Who turned on that light? What sort of gremlins are lurking down here?
Stanley walked through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
What? Mind Control Facility or Escape? Alright. I'm gonna escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
What? We'll see about that. I don't know about that. I'm not sure I believe you.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Really?
At this
Well.
point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Well, will I die? I might die. Who knows? Probably. Okay. Well, okay. I'm dead. That was more boring than I was hoping. I was hoping something more elaborate would happen, but I guess not. Oh. What? Oh no, this...
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow.
Oh, come on.
Farewell, Stanley.
Well, I guess I'm dead. There goes.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What? That's not what happened, though.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
What is this?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Okay, we're getting some predestination bullcrap over here. Nature paintings. These look more like photographs to me. They're low res, too. Can you get your paint up to high res? Ah. Okay. Office layout. Oh, cool. This is convenient. I seem to remember it being much bigger than this, actually, when I just walked through it. Oh my god. There's like game design notes on this stuff. The set of 2 doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Filing cabinets. Yes, they're very fascinating. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the 2 doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout the development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. So these are actual game design notes. That's actually pretty cool. It's cool to read them. I was kind of ignoring them at first. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the 2 doors in a good time. I actually noticed that. I actually noticed that difference. So that's cool. The office. These actually don't lead anywhere, do they? Okay. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Oh. It's very interesting. Thank you for that educational lesson. So is this a replication of a desk used in the game? Fascinating. How'd you guys get it to look so realistic? Office computers. Yep. Gotta turn them all off, because, yeah, stop looking at porn. These are the credits. Kevin Brighting. He's impeccable. He's always listed as impeccable whenever I read, like, interviews or reviews or anything of this game. So it's like the impeccable narrator. Kevin Brighting. Wow, look at all the people involved in this. Nice. Okay. Goodbye. Wait, left or right? Right? Right seems kind of boring. I don't think there's much over here. Boss's office. Oh my god. Wow. Yeah, I like how it turned out. Looks pretty good. This is the office clock. My mom likes clocks like those. They're really unwieldy. Freedom ending. Oh yeah, the freedom ending. I'm pretty sure I got that in the original game. Countdown room. Oh, we haven't gotten to the countdown room yet. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two endings together instead. Interesting. It's raining. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Ah, looks great. The exit's that way, but we're not done with the museum yet. I like exploring. Let's explore a little bit more. Look at all these. The game is now paused. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Huh. Zending. Oh, this. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Oh, so that's not what I'm thinking of. Never mind. These levers were originally a part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color lever they had pulled. That sounds extremely boring. Good job cutting that from the game. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represented the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. This is actually really cool. I'm really enjoying reading this stuff. Wow. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is preparing a new version of the Stanley Parable. I don't remember this one. I just remember the one where he was talking to the guy who complained that there was no emotion in the game. That was a really funny trailer. What? Oh, I thought it blocked me out. That's okay, we don't need to see that trailer again. What's over here? Hey. Wow, this is a roomy apartment. Why is there a countdown? The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer will give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone will lead to a different ending. Huh. I thought about not picking up the phone, but that says a previous version, so maybe that no longer exists. This second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo is actually stored. Oh, so you added a bunch of boxes to it. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, oh, you can jump to the path down below. I didn't even think about that. We decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. I'm gonna have to try that now. I didn't even think about that. That's cool. Oh, well, these are boring. It's just a pencil sharpener. An early version of the lounge. Yeah, the new version of the lounge is much improved. Good job. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these in future promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. Lance Perkins. Oh my god, I can't even read these. Are you gay? From Dirk Dunk. Dink Dunk. Damn it, I thought they were like a Dallas Mavericks fan. Actually, that would be shameful. I'm glad that they're not. That would be most disappointing, because I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011, the second in March 2012, and the third in February 2013. Wow. Look at that. It looks much more interesting than in November 2011. He's got a lot more filing cabinets. More filing cabinets than anyone should probably ever need, if you ask me. But, okay. What's this? Game design mock-up. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Holy shit! Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout of this mock-up is still in the game. Really? That mock-up? That's cool, I guess. Oh no, we're back to this. Alright, so we can leave, but I'm pretty sure there's... Hang on. Pretty sure there were other places we could go. Wait, did I go over here? Underground. Another version of the underground section of the game. What's this? Narration outtakes. Kevin Briding, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game, roughly
Now look closely.
3 separate...
See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design. Stanley walks stage. It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively if you have even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. And of course, you being you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you. Where were all of his co-workers? Oh, I don't know. How about they're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing? Does that sound plausible to you?
It's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Yeah, see, I knew that there were rooms off to the side that we didn't go to. I think there's also some over here. Might be wrong. I think that there's... I don't think I looked at these over here. The office. Okay. Maintenance room. Fascinating. Oh, it's just a printer copier. Oh my god. Green light. Oh yeah! We submit the Stanley Parable to Greenlight, Valve's process of approving games for Steam. The Greenlight page had only a series of cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval. Yeah, well, you know, I think that these go pretty well to describe the game. The Stanley Parable HD remix, that was what it was originally going by. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. I agree with that. Plus, some people interpret it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. I'd hope not, because I like shooters. Most people who like hardcore games like shooters. So, kind of be offending your main audience. But, oh my god, I think we're done. I think we've officially gone through all of them. Because this is the apartment timer. Wait, what's this? I didn't look at this, did I? Maintenance layout. The flow of hallways following the first 2 doors was important to get right since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but Ultimate was the simplest version that won out. So let's take a look at these. Okay, so obey, disobey, and then there's the maintenance. Okay, and then you can go down. That makes sense. So wait, what was the one that won out? It was the simplest version, which I guess is option 1, right? 1 doorway to maintenance in the lounge. So this... Okay. How is that? How is 3 different from 1? It looks the same. Oh, okay, I see. Well then there's a vent? What about this? What? There's a vent to go... No. 2 doorways to maintenance. Oh, the other entrance would be hidden depending on how you entered. Well, I'm glad you guys did it the way that you ended up doing it. That's actually really cool. What's this chair? This chair over here. You can try to open the chair, but nothing happens. Okay. I think we've actually gone through everything now. Phew! We can go through the exit. Alright, let's go.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Okay.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
Well, we're in it for the long haul. Sorry, guys.
Don't let time choose.
And that is probably the harshest ending that you get. Unless there are new ones. Yeah, you have to begin the game again at this point. Well, that's cool. If you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to like it. And stay tuned, because we're gonna keep going through this. And I guess find more endings. Wait, what? I don't remember this many papers being on the floor.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What?
No
All right,
matter
well,
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
all right, we'll find out in the next video why there's so many freaking papers on the floor. Think critically.